Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ask Me About AI Open Office Hour with Terza. And today's topic is how to stay in touch with people using AI as your thinking buddy, not to actually do it for you. And then I'm also here to entertain or answer questions as best I can. And let's continue on this AI journey together. So I am very pleased you are all here. And as always, we'll just go a quick run around the room. I think we all know each other a little bit, but go ahead and say your name and if you have a particular question about AI today. And we're going to start with Emmeline.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Emmeline, and I currently live in the U.S. Virgin Islands on St. Croix. And I had a real challenge with the AI this past week that Tears is aware of. And I learned quite a bit about it, and she helped me work through my frustration, and so I appreciate it. So all of these meetings on Friday are just, you learn something and that you can take into your own business. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, Emmeline, and welcome. And I'm glad we were able to work through some of that around AI. Good morning, Fidel, and welcome.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me. Yeah, Fidel Galicia. I'm a realtor out of Denver. And again, just my second week here, so I'm just absorbing everything that you guys are saying. So thank you. I love it.
All right, you're welcome. We're glad you're here. Excellent. Dean, you're up.
Hey everybody, Dean Kwiatkowski, and I am a realtor in South Florida. And I just find this so interesting, and the tools that Tirza discusses with us. And so today I'm looking just to take some notes and hopefully learn something new.
Awesome, and welcome. Glad to have you here. Good morning, Robert.
Hello, how are you? I'm a realtor in Fallbrook, California, and I'm learning from these sessions. I've been creating Facebook ads, Google ads, and it's been extremely helpful.
Oh, good, good.
It's makes it so much easier. It's like having a tutor.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Hope and Marcy, when you guys come off camera, you feel free to introduce yourselves. Otherwise, Helen, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Kia ora, I'm Helen Brahms, currently in Surprise, Arizona, soon to be Paraparaumu, New Zealand. As soon as Zeffy gets well enough to travel. Let's see, AI. So I don't have a question this week, more just learning, but I have been this week working with ChatGPT on Notion to create PDF farming. So that's been an interesting journey on that one.
That is super cool. And thank you. Helen manages the behind the scenes, the chat and letting people in and just generally helping with the running of the meeting. So thank you very much, Helen.
My pleasure.
Good morning, Marcy. Welcome.
Good morning. Okay. Marcy Green. Sea Green Financial is my company, and what we do is we get businesses access to capital. That means money, a loan, a line of credit, an SBA loan, or money to finance your real estate investing. And that's it for now.
Okay. Do you have a specific AI question this morning?
Not right now.
Okay. Okay.
I'll
Great.
probably think of it in the middle of your presentation.
Okay. Well, welcome, Marcy.
Thank you.
And Hope, would you like to introduce yourself?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I notice we got people all over the place. I'm here in Toronto, Canada. I am what am I exactly? I'm a retired Montessori teaching English as a second language educator, as well as a former television host, and I'm an office administrator, etc., etc. I'm happily retired. And I really am. I'm loving this new space that I'm in. But I'm also very computer literate, and getting into AI is interesting and watching the transition. So I am enjoying the space. I'm really here to just learn more so my brain doesn't get dead in this new space, you know? So
Exactly.
I'm enjoying this. I want to learn as much as I can so I can help the situations that I would love to support. That's it.
Excellent.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. You're welcome. And thank you for being here, Hope. I really appreciate that. So today I was thinking more about sharing with you how how we can use AI to help us. Sorry, keep the human connection. I'm going to get a drink of water here. Pardon me just a moment. Excuse me. Thank you for that. So as you may know, I use AI for quite a lot of things, but one of them is when I want to stay in touch with people. And we do that, you know, through phone calls, text messages, messages on various platforms, but also you want to comment on people's posts. So you show your support for them. If somebody said or presented something amazing or shared something amazing, you, I always recommend do more than just click like and move on. Give a reasonable response that you would like to say about their post because you found it helpful or useful, and you may want to share it with other people. And to do that, you need to say more than, yep, this is cool, which is what I used to do. So, and so I created a tool on ChatGPT. So I will go ahead and share my screen here. I created a tool on ChatGPT that would help me with exactly that because sometimes I still suffer from I call it the blinking cursor problem. So a few days ago, or I wanted somebody wrote something really amazing on Facebook, and another person wrote something really amazing on LinkedIn. And I wanted to both acknowledge them for it and share my appreciation of it and forward it out. But what do I do? But once I got going, ChatGPT sometimes helps me get going. And then once you get going, it becomes pretty nice. So if you remember, I've showed over here before, there's this list of GPTs, which are like little micro chat GPTs, but for a specific purpose. And so I created one called Hey You. And so I'm going to go ahead and share that with you. And let's close this up a little bit. So, and in fact, this is exactly what it's about. This is designed to give you words to reconnect, recommend, and reshare without overthinking. So one of the things that we do is we reach out and text people that we haven't talked to for a long time, just to say hello, hey, what's up? You know, not to connect with them and say, hey, I've got this new deal, please sign up for my new deal. No, just, hey, how's it going? That's why this is called Hey You. So let's go ahead and we'll just start with the first one, which is text someone I haven't talked to in 6 months. And it gives me some natural check-in type text that I can use. And these are more or less to my language. I wouldn't actually use the word convo, but some people would. But that's okay, because it gives me now the idea to say, hey, I was just thinking about you. It's been a while. What's happening in your world? And that's it. And usually I also include their name because I want it to be personal. And sometimes it's not their number anymore, or the person says, who is this? And I'll say, in fact, I had one of those last week. I sent her a text message. It was along these lines. And she said, you must have the wrong person. And I said, oh, so sorry. I'll go ahead and take your name off my list. And she says, no, no, wait a minute. I think I know who this is. So, so we did actually end up having a really nice conversation. And then we set up a meeting together just to reconnect and chat, because as lovely as technology is, if you're not keeping that human connection, what's this all for? So, and then of course it asked if I could, if it can tailor it for me as well. So another one is, let's see, I saw a really cool LinkedIn post by a friend about their business. I'll just say even their real estate business. And just see what it comes back with. And it will say, great, want to hype them up a bit? Here's a few options you can use as a comment or a reshare caption. So again, love seeing you in your element. This is such a clear window into how you show up for clients. This is so well said. You built something really special and it shows. And then it offered me a reshare caption. So if you're curious about what thoughtful real estate looks like, this person is walking the walk. Love this post. I probably actually I would have given the text of the actual post so that ChatGPT had more to work with, but that's the kind of thing that I use ChatGPT for. So my question for you guys is, how do you guys stay in touch with your peoples?
Mostly text.
Text messages, yeah. Yeah.
Seems simple, and it's easy for them to respond.
Yes.
And it's similar in that if you have people you haven't made contact with for a while, sometimes they don't respond at all.
It's true. That's true. And that in itself is a message. But what I find really true is that it's amazing that there are a number of people that I know that I haven't touched base with in a while, who didn't know I was still on the map, so to speak. So, anyone else?
I have a thought with this.
Okay.
You said, how do you keep in touch? I think it depends on whether it's a personal contact or a business contact.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing. This is my thought. When we're signing up people to our newsletter, contact list, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
my thought is we should always give, because I noticed there's been a change where people now make it a requirement for you to provide your telephone number.
Oh.
Okay? Before it used to be mostly an option, but you know how you have that little star, the little asterisk that makes it a requirement. I've noticed lately that most people make it a requirement. Personally, I find that extremely annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to sign up for your newsletter or whatever does not mean I want to give you my phone number.
Yes.
And I think if you force me to give you my phone number, I'm going to give you a bogus number, which means you're not going to get the personal contact you were searching for. And you're also going to be annoying someone else. Okay? So I think that it's best to give them the option. That means that if they want to stay in touch with you on such a personal level, they will choose to do that. You're not forcing them to do that. The other thing that I've found sometimes is, and I've changed the settings on my phone for this reason, that I've had random people that I signed up for want to face call me at, like, just randomly. I don't know you. I don't want you that close in my personal space. And I'm saying all this because I am sure I cannot be the only one who feels this way. Okay? I gave you my number. It doesn't mean it's okay for you to call me, video call me at 8 o'clock in the morning because you're up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I
Right.
might still be in my bed. And I don't know you. It's too much. I find it invasive almost for people to do that. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one who feels that way. So I just want to, for all the people who are active in this SMS space, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes.
Give people the option for the phone number. Don't force them to give it to you.
Yes. Good point.
Okay? All right.
Yes.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yes. Hope, Emlyn.
Yeah, sorry, I got a phone call just as you started to ask me. And I missed some of the stuff that Hope said, but there is so much spam and phishing with the phones these days. If I do not recognize a phone number, like their contact information shows up, or it's just, I don't answer it. I ignore it. So I agree. I don't, I think it should be an optional if somebody wants to put their phone number in, certainly not a requirement.
How do other people feel? Do you give out your phone number?
I give out telemarketers' phone numbers.
You give out telemarketers' phone numbers?
Well, if they're going to call me and annoy me, and I don't want people calling me, like Hope, when there's required phone number, I will either change the digit by one, or I have a list of blocked telephone numbers because they're all telemarketers, and I'll pick one of those and throw that in there. Yeah.
Well, that's an idea.
Well, I don't want to get spammed. I don't like spamming people. And so and that's one of the reasons why I was always against email marketing, because I didn't want to spam people. But then when it was explained to me the correct way and how I can do it so it's not spamming, then I was able to do that. And it's just 3 short emails that go over 3 days and you're done. And I couldn't remember John Logar's exact formula, but I asked ChatGPT and they came up with his exact formula. And I was like, yes, they found it online. I was like, yay. So, but yeah, when it comes to phone numbers and all that sort of stuff, if I don't want to give out my personal number, I will give a telemarketer number.
Interesting.
Well, what is, you mentioned it as an email. What was that process? You said it takes three contacts?
3 short emails. It basically has a sentence and it has a question in the subject, 1 sentence in the body, and that's it. And you send out 3, and it's promoting like a flash sale that you have, and it goes over 3 days. So it's 1 email a day for 3 days, and there's 3 different questions they get asked, and it's done. Yeah, so it's not these big spiely things that take forever to read through, where you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I get like halfway through, I'm like, delete.
Yeah.
I got tired of those a long, long time ago.
Yeah, I start scrolling, and if I have to go more than the screen, then it's gone. Yeah, it's out of there.
The thing is to really make the warm, valuable connections. And like you, Hope, and Emlyn and Helen, I don't just give out my phone number. As a matter of fact, I must be on a zillion people's lists that get passed around or something, because I do get a lot of spam phone calls. And these are not from people from whom I signed up, like for their newsletter or something. Also, John Logar said that once, as a business person, your name and phone number are out there, you're actually publicly accessible, but that doesn't mean I want to be spammed like anyone else. So no, I never require the phone number. I put it there as optional. And if it's the person wants to sorry, now I'm getting, sorry, speaking of spam. Anyway, I don't give out my phone number. So if they really want that for whatever it is they're trying to sign me up for, I don't bother with them, right? I'll find some other way or let them go. Because I think we need to also take a stand personally, individually, as individuals, for what it is, the way we want to be treated and how we want to be communicated with. And yes, some people prefer texting. Texting is wonderful because it's not immediate like a phone call. So you can take your time responding to somebody and they can take their time responding back to you. Personally, I also set my phone to do not disturb between, I don't remember, something like the hours of 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. There are certain people who can break through that and get in touch with me. There's certain family members, certain friends. And the reason for that is if there's somebody isn't dying or having a baby, then I want my sleep. So, and whatever else it may be can wait until I've had my first cup of coffee. So, those are my boundaries. And in this day and age, you really need to be able to set your own boundaries and make a choice. So, oh, Dean, you're on mute. Oh, okay, he's actually talking to someone, I think. All right, how about you, Marcy?
Yeah, I don't answer the phone if I don't recognize the number. But if that same number calls back again right afterwards, then I know it's somebody who wants to get through to me. So I'll just pick up the phone and not say anything. And if they say, "Marcy, are you there?" then I'll answer them. I may not still know who they are, but at least they know my name. So and then sometimes they'll mispronounce my name. So then I know that they don't know me at all. So I say, "Who is this and why are you calling?"
Mhm.
So I really I don't like to turn off my phone, but if sometimes I'll get an early morning call. So I'll just like I just got a call a minute ago, and it was from, I don't know, somewhere in the States that I didn't even recognize. I just hit the button twice, one to pick up and one to close it. So I just do hit it twice, 1, 2, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's wise. That's wise. All right, what are some other ways that either your customers or your prospects like for you to keep in touch with them?
Well, Terza, one thing that I'm hoping that I can learn to do with AI or ChatGPT, whatever, is to automate some of my email tasks. I have my real estate account is a Gmail account, and I don't know if you have any tips for us for automating emails. Those text ideas are fantastic.
Well, let's go ask ChatGPT what suggestions it may have. So let's go back over to here and we'll just go into a new chat and hold on a moment here. Move things out of the way. All right. Hey, ChatGPT, we're in open office hour. Do you have suggestions for automating responses to emails so we can keep up with our email flow with people we actually want to talk to?
Absolutely. One way to do that is by using email templates for common responses. So you can quickly personalize and send them out. If you're using a CRM like Go High Level, you can also create automated workflows that trigger certain emails based on specific actions or tags. That way you can keep things personal, but still save time.
Do you have something more that you would like to automate, Dean?
Wow. So it sounds like, first of all, that blew me away. I don't have a voice set up with my ChatGPT. That's really cool. It sounded like that particular CRM would automate some tasks. In other words, if a customer wrote to this agent about a certain topic, it sounds like that agent had a response reply email set up for that topic. Is that your understanding as well?
Um, Actually, I think you can do that with a CRM. So I'm not sure why I lost that particular chat, but I must have hit something. The CRM that we use, or I like to use, is Go High Level, and I think that you can set up some automation tasks with that for email. So, but I think you can also use Gmail to tag certain emails and put them in categories for you, so that if you had a template for each category, it might give an automated response, kind of like your vacation autoresponder. That makes sense?
Yeah, there are some very popular real estate CRMs. Fidel, are you using Vulcan 7 for your CRM or what?
I use Vulcan 7 for my my calling, my prospecting. But I use Lofty, which used to be Chime, and they have those responses in there. You just have to set them up and stuff.
Yeah, Chime used to be amazing. There's literally 500 500 videos on YouTube regarding Chime. I don't have one of the national popular CRMs, so I guess it'll take more work to automate some things.
Will go out soon. Okay,
Put in total brokerage, Terza.
say hello. Say hello to everybody.
In this case, I typed just because I didn't want to get the.
Will it know you mean real estate when you put RE?
Yes,
How about that?
we'll see if it picks it up. If not, it'll ask me.
I love how naturally when you did it by voice, I love how naturally you just talk to it.
Yes.
I'm very careful about exactly the words I choose, and it sounds like you could just talk to it like a regular person.
Yes. So this morning I was actually watching a video by one of the founders of or engineers from, he used to work for OpenAI. Now I think he has his own company. And he was talking about what he calls software 3.0, meaning you can now program. You don't need to be a technical person to program. You talk to the LLM, ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever, in English, and it creates things for you. It responds to things for you. So I just have conversations with it naturally. And a lot of times I'm typing because I'm not in a place where I feel comfortable talking directly to it. But when I'm here by myself in my office, or I'm here on open office hour, I don't mind speaking to it. And so you can do it two different ways, Dean, by the way. You can do it here. This is the voice mode. That's one. But the other is if you just want to dictate. And for me, I find that a lot faster. It doesn't get it all right, but it's faster to correct what comes through the dictation than it is for me to go type it all.
Okay.
So in this case, because I wasn't sure the names of your CRMs, I'm guessing based on what I was hearing. So yes, and yes, it understood right away real estate CRMs. And in fact, it corrected me what it called it Vulcan 7, and I only called it Vulcan. So so here it goes through its different comparisons. It's giving me a Terza tip. Zapier is one of the ways you can connect different softwares in the back end. Lofty, oh, I see, Realty NA or Realtina, I suppose. That's cool. So very good email automation. Vulcan 7, but it's got this little yellow triangle here, so I'm thinking it's saying it's limited and mostly about phone and dialer workflows. And then total brokerage, all-in-one transaction plus brokerage management. So, and then of course, if you want to automate across platforms, there's the tools for those are Zapier's, probably easier, Make or Go High Level even. So, and then it gives a recommendation. to help you. Now, you can always ask for a visual, in fact, it's offering a visual comparison chart for the pros and cons of each one, or even a workflow template showing how you can plug it into your own AI system or client nurture process, because that's ultimately what we're talking about, a client nurture process. And I love the word nurture because this is about building relationships. So
That would be exciting for me to see, to come up with an example and create a workflow model, you know?
yes, oh yes, exactly. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and ask it. So show us a workflow template then. Which one, Dean?
Lofty, I guess, is what Fidel's using.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's map
don't-
out a workflow template for Lofty, especially since it's what Fidel's using. We'll make it easy to integrate with your existing tools and keep the email automation running smoothly. So here's our Lofty workflow template for email automation. Step 1, lead capture and import. So leads come in through Lofty Forms, website, or imported from another source like Vulcan 7 lists. Automation, Lofty tags new leads based on the source, like, okay, open house, website, referral. And then the initial welcome email. So the welcome email, as soon as a lead is tagged, Lofty sends out a welcome email sequence. This can include a quick intro about you and what they can expect, a call to action, book a call, download a freebie, join your newsletter. Step 3, smart drip campaign. So leads enter a preset drip campaign that nurtures them over a few weeks. For example, day 1, welcome email. Day 3, AI tool or resource recommendation, like your 9 AI prompts for busy people. Day 7, invite to your open office hour or a free mini course. Day 14, share a success story or testimonial. And then AI-driven follow-up. So Lofty's AI assistant can handle initial inquiries and follow-up questions. If the lead replies, the AI can keep the conversation going or escalate it to you. Bonus, you can personalize these AI responses to reflect your brand voice. Integration with Go High Level, optional. So use Zapier or a direct integration to push qualified leads into Go High Level for more complex automation or to manage additional email sequences. Example, if a lead books a call, you can trigger a reminder sequence in Go High Level or send a personalized thank you message post-meeting. Step 6, continuous engagement and analysis. So regularly review email performance in Lofty and adjust your sequences based on open rates, click-through rates, and lead engagement. Keep a feedback loop with Fidel to make sure the automation is working smoothly for his needs. And there you have it. This should give you a solid starting point. If you want, we can create a visual flow chart or a checklist to go along with it.
I'd like to see the flow chart.
Okay. Hang on, we'll do that. I will come back to that. My apologies. I just wanted to share that everything that she said is there in text, so you can
Okay.
copy it
Oh,
later.
okay.
So it doesn't go away. But you won't have access to the, I can share this chat with you, of course, but you won't have access to the conversation part, just the text part.
Right. That's amazing. The voice is so natural. She even says "ah" every once in a while and pauses, and that's weird.
It takes a little getting used to, but it makes it, I find it makes it much easier, especially to, I'm bouncing off ideas off it all the time.
Okay.
So, all right, so you asked for a visual template. Is that what you asked for, Dean or Fidel?
Robert,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Robert did. Okay.
Can I just ask a quick question? When you ask the question orally and then she gives you an oral answer, can you have her either do it in texting or audio and texting at the same time?
That's a great question. So when we chat like this, you get both the audio version and a text transcription at the same time. So if you prefer reading it or need to reference it later, you'll always have that text version right alongside the audio. Pretty convenient.
Thank you. Thank you, nice lady.
So this is a large language model. Tirza, do you think there is another AI that your ChatGPT conversation, the workflow that they created, maybe could that be copy and pasted into an action model that would actually do these tasks?
I like that question.
I'm glad you do. It's definitely an interesting concept to think about having one AI design a workflow and then another AI actually execute it. In reality, you can definitely use automation tools to bring that workflow to life, and it's pretty fun to imagine all the possibilities.
So I had another question for a visual template of the workflow that you just described.
Sure, I can definitely help you outline how that visual template could look. Imagine a flow chart with simple icons and arrows, one lead capture and import, an icon representing a lead form or a website, feeding leads into Lofty, initial welcome email, an envelope icon showing the first email going out automatically, 3, smart drip campaign, a series of connected envelopes or message icons that represent the sequence of emails over time, AI-driven follow-up, maybe a robot icon that shows the AI assistant stepping in to handle responses, integration with Go High Level, an arrow leading from Lofty to Go High Level, representing that smooth handoff, and continuous engagement, a loop that shows the ongoing review and refinement of the email sequences. And if you want, we can put together an actual visual for you to use as well.
Okay, I will actually have to do that. Whoops. No.
I noticed it takes some time to get some of these images out of it.
Yes, it does, but it's very fun to watch, I find. So everything we just said is here in text, but just for grins, I think I can play back my voice. Let's see. Does that work? Nope, it doesn't. Okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and say yes. And go ahead and create that visual for us, please.
So you mentioned before, Terza, there were 3 levels. There was the free version, the paid version, the pro version. Is that correct?
Yes, the plus version is $20 a month, which is the one I have, and the $200 a month. That's I call it the developer version, or the enterprise version.
Enterprise, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to hit the return. So,
Will this work with the free version, Terza?
you can use the voice chat with the free version. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. And that was actually pretty quick. Here, let's see if I can, I'll expand it so you have a better chance maybe of seeing it. Does that help a little bit to see what it did? So it may not do it perfectly, but it's got all the different things that it talked about. So the lead capture and import leading to the initial welcome email, which goes to the smart drip campaign. But I see it also has an arrow down here. So whether it goes to these 2 things or this, I'm not quite sure. And then down here it says interactive charts of this type are not supported. So it's using a different tool to make these. So whatever that other tool is has a way to actually be interactive with them. So this is sort of the kind of thing that I've noticed. But it's pretty cool. And then of course it asks me if I want to do a Canva friendly version.
I was just noticing that it offers a Canva friendly version. So cool.
Well, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I want to go ahead and click on, if you want to see the programming behind it. Here it is. If you know what program to put this into, you can just copy it and drop it in. I don't, but these are pretty cool. I'm not quite ready to go too far into programming. I've definitely played with it, but I myself have not gone down that rabbit hole. So what else can I show you today?
Well, my cup is full.
Yes,
What I saw something that said the way she uses ChatGPT, if she can't think of how to pose a prompt, she'll ask GPT. She'll have a conversation with GPT
Mhm.
as to what she's looking for,
Mhm.
and then asks GPT to write out a prompt for her, and then
Yes.
use that prompt. And then she gets more closely what she is really looking for. Isn't that interesting?
Yes, yeah, ChatGPT is absolutely wonderful for that. So sometimes I will actually do that as well. I don't know what to ask it exactly, um, but say, help me do this. What prompt do you need? And then it will give me the prompt for it. So exactly, Marcy, that is exactly right. So if it's okay with you, I will share a unusual use that I had the other day. Unfortunately, I killed my plant. Inadvertently, it's a succulent plant. And what happened was I had a succulent plant in my bathroom, and for a couple of months it was perfectly happy. I followed the directions because it doesn't like to be super wet. And then later, I asked my husband to put a mister in our bedroom for overnight so we would both breathe better with some moist air. That was great for us. It was terrible for the plant. So this is a sad story, but just to share how it was able to help me, unfortunately, and let's just go. The spoiler alert is I killed the plant, but what I did was I took a picture of it and sent it to ChatGPT and said, I think it's dying. What can I do? And it gave me a diagnosis and what I did, probably did wrong, what I might be able to do to help save it. But as the conversation went on, it was actually too late. So, and there were some things I didn't know. So I'd put it in a really pretty ceramic pot, but it really needed a terracotta pot that would have allowed it to breathe. So it told me that. So now I have a lessons learned. I don't have to guess. I don't have to go to Lowe's and say, I'm an idiot. Well, I could have done that, but now I can go to Lowe's and say, I'd like to start over with a new succulent. And I need these things. And it shared that with me. So yeah, the voice conversations are fabulous, but I also have to say I do a lot of conversations with ChatGPT by giving it a screenshot of whatever I'm looking at and say, here, this is the thing I want to do. And it will help me with that. And so I just thought I'd share that because that's probably not something you would think about. But there's all kinds of wonderful things that you can do with ChatGPT. I know. Let's go back to not necessarily the thing that I was using, but I want to say, let's see.
I have something that's been on my mind. When a couple of Fridays ago, you taught us about the you taught us about the GPTs. Is that something that we're able to create in the free version or no?
I don't think you can. Let's go find out. Can we create?
It's a pro version thing only.
Oh, it's just plus.
Plus, yeah, sorry. You go to the
Okay,
paid
thank you.
version to create the GPTs.
Thank you, Helen.
Thanks,
Yep.
Helen.
That is why if you do create your own GPTs, you take backups of them and copy them, put them into documents, and save them, because if anything goes wrong with your payments and the payment doesn't go through, it wipes out all your GPTs and drops you down to the free version.
Yes.
How would you be able to preserve that? How would you save them?
I just go in and copy and paste all the text that I put in there when I create the GPTs and put them in a Google Doc or a Word document and keep them on in a backup file. And then I also come into this screen and copy and paste what's in the instructions and screen capture everything else.
So really, it's just a bunch of text instructions that
Yeah,
you're
because it's a
saving in a Word document or something.
Yeah, ask me how I know, because I lost over 20 GPTs one time when my credit card didn't go through because I'd forgotten to put the money on the account for it. And I had to go and recreate everyone. And now I have over 30. So that's when I create a GPT, I am copying and pasting everything into other documents. So I can just copy and paste it back in there and attach the document into the knowledge base on the configure side of the GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because it's a pain to go back and recreate.
Yes. So
Especially when you
here,
had some really, really good ones.
yes, exactly. So this is the instructions behind the scenes of how this GPT was created. And yes, if you're thinking about it, yes, I asked ChatGPT for help in creating this GPT. So, and then over here, this is, if you're just thinking about this, over here, we're now in preview mode, and I played with it until I got it to be the way that I wanted it. And then I just went over here and clicked update. But then, like Helen said, she's absolutely right. I need to go and copy all this just in case something happens. So, yeah.
So have you ever had to rebuild it with this in the text and it comes out the way you want it?
I haven't. Have you, Helen?
Yes. Well, once I learned the hard way, I've kept backups of everything since, because trying to go back and recreate 20 GPTs when I didn't have the text information that I had, I was sort of like, I got to find a way to back this up. And so, yeah, I've been backing it up ever since. And just as just so you know, too, the preview side does not save the chat. So if you ask it to text someone I haven't talked to in 6 months, like click that button, whatever it comes up with here will not save on the chat bar on the left-hand side like all the other ones do. This is just a preview. So if you want to test it and you want to save the chat, then you need to update this, then go into the general chat area and create it from there using the GPT.
Yeah, so what she's talking about is if we pop out of here, that chat we had a few minutes ago should be right here, the automating email responses, this one right here, the reconnecting after 6 months. This is the initial chat I started with. So it does save it, but it's a separate chat over here on this side. So I can continue it if I want, this particular one.
But had Terza done that in the preview and then gone and updated and gone out of the chat, she wouldn't have access to the one that she had in the preview.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, after I think it was last week or the session that you went over with us, all the things that you do with ChatGPT, and I went back, I totally don't remember how you create a GPT. Did you have some instructions? Can I ask GPT?
Yes, you can. And that's exactly what I do, actually. So I will start a new chat and I will say, I want to create a GPT for something. So what would be something you'd like to do?
Do follow-up phone calls.
Okay. Oops. Like follow-up phone call scripts? Like that? Well, let's see what it comes up with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So a GPT for follow-up phone calls could help you prep before a call, knowing who, what, when, and why. Generate call scripts based on relationship type and purpose. Suggest clear and kind phrases. Take notes during or after the call. Propose next steps, email, gift, or invite. Log the follow-up into your CRM Go High Level. And then she says, let's build this out. So then she gives me the name, the purpose, the core tasks, and the input fields and the output example. So then she says, would you like this set up as a custom GPT with fields and formatting like above? Would you like me to generate a Notion template or a Google Doc version first for testing? And then help you batch call 5 to 10 people from your current CRM and build GPT memory from those. So, but let me add something else here. Excuse me. For someone who has never created a GPT before, I would need a step-by-step checklist. So I would know how to build this from the very beginning. Please provide that.
Perfect.
Helen hasn't probably even faster way because she just jumps right into it. So you can do it either way. But I like to go through the whole checklist because I like to see it, all of it. So
Absolutely.
So there's the entire checklist, including go to the custom GPT builder. So it tells you even where to start. So what I do, Marcy, is here, just give me a moment to move something out of the way. I actually go and open another session. So then I can just go back and forth between screen and screen. So
Well, I can put one on the one screen in and work on the second screen.
exactly. So that's basically what it says for step 2. And then click on your name or the 3 dots in the bottom left. Actually, it's up here. Click it. Oh, sorry, left, my other left. Sorry. Explore GPTs, create a GPT in the top right corner. So let's go back over to that other screen. And if you click on GPTs, that will give you access to a huge place of GPTs that other people have created, including OpenAI. So this would be Explore GPTs. But over here is where you're going to click in the upper right corner is the Create button. So then you go ahead and click on the Create button, and now we have a blank of that screen that I showed you earlier. And then you go back here.
Sorry, what did you say? We have a what?
A blank.
Oh.
This is a complete blank of the GPT, of a GPT.
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So then now we get to customize it. So OpenAI walks you through it in a conversation style builder. So it gave me a name. If you didn't like that name, you can choose something else, but I just copy it. I just copy it and I go back over here and I just put that in right there in the name.
Oh, I see. Mm-hmm.
So I basically I'm going back and forth between the two screens to create this thing. And in fact, here's the instructions. So all you have to do is click this copy right up here. You don't have to try to keep track of it all. So I click copy and I go back over here. Oops, and put it in the instructions field.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Yeah. And there it is. Now it's tailored to me because this is my ChatGPT. So you see it's got Terza and my style and that kind of thing. But it would have that for you, or you could tell, because it knows I don't like salesy scripts. I want it to be natural. I want it to be kind. It puts all of that stuff in there already ahead of time. And then these prompt starters, I'm not going to go copy them all, but essentially I could go copy each one and go back over here. And that's down here. These are the conversation starters. So I paste that one in here.
Gosh.
And so now you see it over here. So if I copied each one of those, then when you come into this for yourself, Marcy, it will already have some examples to remind you of what it does. So you just go back and forth until you've created all these things. It even tells you you don't need to do this right now. And then it tells you how to test it for yourself. So if I go over here now and click, let's go back over here. If I go ahead and click create,
Mm-hmm.
I can choose whether I want only me to have it, which is most of mine, but you could share this with somebody, with anybody with the link.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you later, if you think it's really good, you could put it into the GPT store and sell it.
Put it into the GPT. Oh, store.
Yes,
Good grief.
yes. So I'll just go ahead and click save wherever it is. And then we'll give it a test. So GPT has been published. If I could share this link with you, Marcy, or anyone else, but we'll go ahead and click on view. And there it is.
Oh.
So
Is
let's just,
it in your list?
oh, let's go see that. Yes. And let me move this thing out of the way. And the answer is yes, you'll see it. Here it is at the bottom of my list, follow-up Pro GPT. Now it doesn't have a little picture over here because I didn't tell it to make one. So I could go here and say, make a suitable icon picture for this GPT. In fact, I probably didn't even need to say all of that, but then we'll go make one. And then I just go put it in over there.
Good grief.
Yeah, yeah. So I've created, as some of the people on this, the realtors know, I created some for realtors making listings. I have one that helps me write my blog every week. This one helps me write my newsletter every week. So Dean, you may find this one interesting, but this one I'll still tell you is quite intensive. It's not automated. So this one helps me set up my office hours. This one helps me make videos. And this one helps me apply to be a guest on podcasts. So, oh, that's cute. So I
Like
just,
the smiley face.
yeah, that's just cute. Let's go back over.
That reminds me, I'll be right back.
Okay. So how would you place the icon over there?
Well, let's go over there. I'm clicking on edit GPT. And so now we're back into the behind the scenes part. And this little right here is where I click plus. And I'll upload that photo. Now, that other thing, it said use Dolly. I could have generated the image right here, but I went ahead and did it in the other one. And there it is.
Okay, how did it know that you wanted that image, and how did it know not to look in your computer for it?
I just told it to create it from scratch.
Right, but you just said now, you hit the plus sign and you said upload image.
Oh, yes. Let me go back to the other window. Sorry, I was moving fast. So here it created the image. I liked it. So I clicked the download button down here. So it did save this image to my computer.
All right. Great.
It went to my download
Can you
folder.
guys see this?
Let me see.
I'm trying to get it closer. Okay,
Turn
this
the share
is
screen, hang on, turn the share screen off.
this is my
Terza.
calling card. This is my business card. It's a it's magnetized on the back, so when I give it to people, instead of saying, "Oh, I'll put it in my wallet" or whatever, they say, "Oh, I'll put it on my refrigerator."
Mm,
Very clever. Exactly.
Yeah,
That's cool.
got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So Well, I think on that note, I will, here, hang on a second. Let me take this down. All right.
There is one other way to create a GPT, which isn't as formal as what you had there.
Yeah.
So when you go in and they've got the configure screen with that form, there's a button to the left of the configure that says create. And if you go in there, it's just free form typing and you just basically brain dump and it will pull out all the information that it needs to fill in the configure side.
Which is another really fabulous way. So if you click create, like Helen says,
Yep. And then click create there.
create here.
And now you can just free form type brain dump, which is basically how I do the GPTs because I can't be bothered with formal stuff. It's just got to come out because it's not going to come out of my head in the way that they want, in the way that I want it to. So this is the way that I can do. So if you've got the busy brain like I do, this is a way that you can just do a brain dump into this is what I want the GPT to do. This is how I want it to configure, blah, 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 blah. You just brain dump into this thing and it will automatically fill in the form under the configure side for you with all the bits and pieces. And that's
Yes,
why I copy and paste this side and keep it backed up for the next time I may have to recreate it.
and that is a marvelous way. So I would encourage anyone on this call and then whoever's watching this recording later to go give this a try. Just tell it exactly what it is you want to create. Don't worry about if you could have to think of everything. Just type it in here or dictate it. I love the little dictate button. And then once it gets it, then you just click the little arrow and away it will go.
And it will ask you, this feels like this is a good name for it. Do you like this name or do you want me to choose a different one? And then it comes up, would you like me to create a profile picture for it? And you go, yes, please. And it comes up with one. I'm like, yeah, I don't like that one. Can you make it a little less cartoonish? And it will go and recreate it and make it a little more realistic. So yeah, you basically having a conversation with ChatGPT while you create the GPT. So it's just another way that you can do it and it fills everything in instead of sitting there going, oh, I've got to think of instructions. What are the instructions? You're already taking care of it by doing a brain dump. So those are the two different ways that you can create the GPTs.
Thank you. I love that. Now I didn't notice this before, but you can choose a different model apparently to help you create the GPT.
Mm-hmm.
So I may have to play with some of those too. That's very cool. So
yeah. And you know what else you might consider doing? Make your arrow, your little green arrow, make it a little bit larger. I've done that with mine. I use, a pink one, and it's great.
Oh, you're talking about my pointer?
Yep.
Ah, good idea. Yes, I can do that. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. On that note, thank everyone for coming. As always, I'm very glad to have you here. We'll definitely meet again next week, but we'll take the 4th of July off, and then we'll see you again the week after that. So go play with some of these things. As always, that's what I like to tell people to do. Go play, try them out. You can't break it, and it will help you if you get stuck.
Oh, so we're not having a session next week.
We are having one next week.
Next week's
Okay.
the 27th. It's the 4th of July. We're not doing the session.
Oh, got it.
Thanks, Hope. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.